Hi guys, totally unrelated to this week's subject, but I went to go see Tegan and Sarah on Wednesday night at the Beacon Theater, and it was incredible! I'm still in post-concert depression from it, though. It was just incredible. So this week's topic is religion, and I'm going to warn you, this is probably going to be a much longer video than the ones I've usually done. Like, usually they've been, no longer than 5 minutes. It'll probably be longer than that, but that's because, I love talking about this, and there's just so much of it. It defines so much of who I am as a Catholic Christian. And anyways, I'm not here to evangelize, because that's definitely not my place. I've never really been one for it in the first place. So, just anything that's in here, I'm going to leave up for debate in the comments. And that aside, let's go. Let's see. If we're going to be talking about religion, we should talk about what I specifically believe. I'm a Christian, I'm Catholic, all those things. However, one of the big things is that I disagree with the church on a lot of things. I disagree with their views on female ordination, stem cell research, homosexuality, of course. And that's part of why I'm actually kind of happy about the Pope retiring. Because, well, he's been really, out of step with it, and a lot of his actual work over the past 8 years that he's been the Pope. I remember in the Christmas speech or whatever, back, let's see, this past year in 2012, instead of it being about peace and unity and all that stuff, which it usually is about, this year it was about, it was a big anti-gay speech, and I was really disillusioned by that. And also, he's done very little about the sex abuse scandal that's ensnared the church for years, and I feel that, more should have been done about it. At least, rehabilitation of some priests, or, any of the priests that were involved, really. And anything that could have been done other than, what he did. All he did was meet with a few of the victims, and that doesn't really, help prevent it from happening more. I don't know. Anywho, let's see. Also, a lot of the problem, that I've had, in regards to spirituality, is the battle between logic and faith. Where, a lot of times whenever I have religious, or discussions with my mom about religion or spirituality, because she's Catholic too, she tells me a lot, Allie, you just gotta have faith. And sometimes I think about that, but I think that, the two have to go together in order to find a deeper spirituality. Sometimes it's hard to believe something, whether it's, in regards to religion or not, because, there's no logic behind it, or there's no faith behind it that it might be true. While the two seem really opposite, sometimes they just need to be together. I guess that's what I learned from some of my time spent as a Buddhist. I identified as Buddhist for some time. It was a few months ago that I converted back to Catholicism. Nonetheless, I guess I learned that, sort of with the yin and yang, there's two sides to everything. And logic and faith just so happen to, getting more comfortable. Logic and faith just happen to be two things that tend to seem opposite, but they go together, and, they need to be together for that. They complement each other really well. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I guess it's sort of, one of the many things that I've incorporated, with Christianity and Buddhism, just both of them, coming crashing together. I guess that's how you could describe my beliefs, but I don't exactly, do a lot of things in regards to Buddhism anymore. I'm more Christian, if you want to put it that way. Let's see. And then, probably, being a gay Christian, in and of itself, that's been quite a journey for me. I first identified as Catholic around the end of 10th grade, beginning of 11th grade. And ironically, my first love, she wasn't even a Christian, and she's the one that inspired me to go back to church. I guess it was like to improve myself in some way. It's still just, I'm not sure how that happened, or like how that came about, but I'm glad it did, because I became far more mature, and it really helped me define a lot of who I am now, what's happened to me over the past few years. And let's see, a lot of my struggle with like whether or not to become confirmed was because of the Catholic Church's stance on gay people, and like what they should do, is it okay, all that stuff. Officially, the stance is it's okay to be gay so long as you don't act on it, if you catch what I'm saying. Anywho, like, I just, that's of course one of the things I disagree on. It just doesn't really make much sense to me. If you're gay, you're probably going to act on it, just like if you're straight, you're probably going to act on it. And it was really difficult for me to bring the two together, but surprisingly, at one of my confirmation rehearsals back last May, I actually wore a rainbow dog tag, and no one said anything, no one judged me about it, no one batted an eye. And the next day, at my actual confirmation, my girlfriend at the time was there, and it just, I felt like so glad about that she was there, first of all, and that I could really integrate being gay and being Christian. Like, I felt so accomplished because of that. And I don't know, thinking about that and happy feels and stuff. Sorry. Anyways, my advice to any gay Christians out there, or anyone that, or like any sort of Christians, and or to all the gay Christians out there, stay strong. I know what you're going through. It can be difficult, but it definitely is possible. There are a few things in this world that like are really black and white. Being gay and Christian is not one of them. And then when it comes to gay people out there, just because someone is Christian doesn't mean that they are not on your side. That's one of the things I really wanted to talk about too. I've actually been bullied more for being Christian than I have been for being gay. And if that doesn't say something about the gay community, I don't know what does. It just, some people can be really judgmental no matter who they are. And like what their identity is, like religious, sexual, any of that. And it really, just because you're gay doesn't mean that Christians like are wrong. No religion really like is 100% correct anyways. And to all you Christians out there, I personally believe that God never believed that being gay was true. I know Leviticus 18:22, Romans 1:26, all that stuff, but I feel that those were in regards to actual like sexual relationships or something. I don't believe that God would ever be against a loving, committed, Christ-centered relationship, which many straight people have, and I, as a lesbian, intend to have someday. I don't see how that could ever be a problem. And if you want to talk about this, definitely leave a comment or tweet me. I gave up Tumblr for Lent, so if you try and ask me something on Tumblr, I'm not going to see it until Easter. And I'm not really sure what else to say. Anywho, hope you guys have a great Friday, and if there's anything you want to talk about with this, or if you have any questions for me, comment, tweet me. I'm AJ Delude on Twitter. And so, thanks for watching. Have a great day.